Hello everyone from the Carl Chevrolet Studios. I'm Terry Rich sitting in for Lou all this week, and so we're going to talk a lot about money, fun, things to do in Des Moines. And because my last name is Rich, I said let's bring in the top dog from Merkle Retirement. Loren Merkle is with us today. Loren, nice to have you here today.
It's great to be here, Terry. Thanks for having me. How can you go wrong with a last name like Rich?
That's right. And we have something today that is happening. It really starts getting busy in a lot of nonprofits across the city and places across the U.S., and that's gifting. So we're going to talk about gifting today. So if you have money or stocks or something you'd like to gift, by doing it by the end of the year has some advantages. But let's talk about the limits of gifting as we near the end of the year.
One of the biggest questions we get is how much can we gift on an annual basis and not have these negative tax consequences? And there's a lot of confusion around these gifting limits. So let's just get into it. The way that gifting works is you have a lifetime gifting exemption, meaning that you can gift over $11 million over the course of your lifetime and not have to pay a gift tax on any of that gift. If you're married, then the exemption is over $23 million for the couple. So you can gift a lot of money and not have to worry about paying gift tax. Where the confusion comes into play is people have heard about this $15,000 limit. And so a lot of people think that they can't gift over $15,000 in a year before or after the $15,000, they're going to have a gift tax that's applied to them. So the way that the $15,000 works is it's only for reporting. So if you gift over $15,000 to an individual, then you just have to report that you gave over $15,000 because the IRS wants to make sure you're not going over your $11 or $23 million exemption.
That's a huge amount and a heck of an opportunity for people to gift down throughout their family. Tax deduction is what people are talking about. Does that apply even to kids if you're gifting to your family?
You don't get a tax deduction if you're gifting to your family, so that's one of the biggest questions we get. If I gift to my kids, do I get a tax benefit out of that? The answer to that question is no. You can gift to them because that $15,000 limit is per Social Security number. So let's say we have a couple, their name is Bob and Sue. They have a child named Alex. They can each gift $15,000. So as a couple, $30,000 to Alex and not have any of the reporting requirements. If they gift over those limits, then they just have to report it when they file their taxes in the springtime.
And I imagine right now your organization and many CPAs across the city are really busy because at the end of the year, a lot of people are realizing they may have a large tax bill coming up in April, but if they gift to nonprofit organization, there are tax deductions. So tell us a little about that and how you can, well, let's start with land or stocks in those gifting, both for family and for nonprofits.
Yes, if you want to gift an asset like stock or land, then you can deduct up to 30% of the value of that gift. If you gift cash, then you can deduct up to 60% of the value of that gift. One of the areas that's been created a problematic situation for gifting, though, is the standard deduction, because the standard deduction almost doubled for most people. So most couples have a standard deduction north of $25,000. And most individuals have a standard deduction north of $12,000. So your deductions, which could include those gifts, would have to be in excess of those numbers in order for it to provide you with some kind of tax benefit. And that's what makes the age 70 and a half so magical, because at 70 and a half, now you can do what's called a qualified charitable distribution. And what that means is you take money from your IRA, this is money you've never paid taxes on before, you gift it direct to the charity, which means you don't have to pay taxes on that money, which otherwise you would have. And it also goes to suffice the RMD requirements, the required minimum distribution requirements that now for most people start at age 72. So it also, your gifting strategy will be dependent upon what age you are, what phase of life you're in, and then how much you want to gift to and whom you want to gift it to during the course of the year.
And that brings me to my final point. As much as I've enjoyed being a CEO and understanding numbers, this is complicated. You want to talk to professionals like Merkle Retirement Planning. Let's tell people how they can get in touch with you if they're interested and they've got questions here by the end of the year.
Terry, this is very simple. We set up a complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call where you can talk about just this kind of stuff, where you can ask a retirement planner here at Merkle Retirement Planning what a gifting strategy for you might look like, any questions you're thinking about. And it's very simple to sign up for that. All you have to do is go to our website at merkleplan.com, and you can click on a link and it'll take you directly to our retirement planner's calendar where you can set up a time that's convenient for you, again, for a complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call at merkleplan.com.
So important to talk to the experts like Loren Merkle. Thank you so much for being with us today on Iowa Live. Thanks, Loren.
Thanks for having us, Terry.
You bet.
Thank you.